Alright guys, MarkBoy316 here with another video, and I just finished watching Bunkhouse Stampede. It was on the Nassau Coliseum in 1988, and four-match card, and the opening match was Nikita Koloff defending the TV title versus one half of the US tag team champions, Bobby Eaton. And good match, of course, he was accompanied by Jim Cornette, and Ethan was trying to get Koloff to submit, which I think was a bad strategy, because I think you got to try to use aerial tactics and speed and all that against Koloff. I think that's the only way you're going to try to beat him, but that's what he was trying to do. He worked on the arm. Koloff threw Bobby Eaton all the way around outside the ring, hip tossed him on the concrete, ring posted him a couple of times, just brutal on the outside, and towards the end, Nikita Koloff hits the Russian sickle, and the ref goes down for 2 count, but the bell rings, so it's a 20-minute time limit draw, and Koloff retains the TV title. I thought it was a great opening match, and at the end of the match, Cornette tries to come in and hit Koloff with the racket, but the racket gets thrown in the air by Cornette, and Koloff catches it, goes to hit Cornette with it, and then Bobby Eaton from behind nails Koloff, and Stan Lane comes out and they beat the crap out of Koloff at the end. But still your TV champion, Koloff. Nikita Koloff. Great opening match, 20-minute draw, awesome. The next match we have Barry Windham against Larry Zbyszko for the Heritage States, Western Heritage States Championship. Barry Windham's the champ. He had won the tournament final against Black Bart. He had a over 200-day reign with the belt. This is a belt that the UWF used to have, so the NWA took it after that and used it for about a year. So good match here too. Windham had a lingering knee issue or problem, so Zbyszko tried to wear him down on the knee. Windham kept fighting back, and Windham was gaining momentum pretty good. Superplex off the top. Hit some good moves on Zbyszko, and at the end, of course, Baby Doll passes Zbyszko. Actually, Windham goes for a roll up on Zbyszko, and Baby Doll is on the apron counting 1, 2, 3, and he thought it was the ref, but the ref had been knocked down. So Windham turns around. As soon as he turns around, he gets nailed with the high heel shoe right to the temple and gets knocked out. And Zbyszko covers him. Referee comes through. 1, 2, 3. Your new Western States Heritage Champion, Larry Zbyszko, because he had been trying for over those 200 days trying to beat Windham, and he had the target. He was trying to target Windham, and he finally got the Western States title. And Larry Zbyszko wins the belt. It was the only 2 people that ever held that belt was Barry Windham and Larry Zbyszko. And then Zbyszko went to the AWA, and you never saw that belt again. So it was still a good match, great match. Next one was for the NWA World Heavyweight title, Ric Flair against Road Warrior Hawk. Fantastic match here. This was awesome. Flair was trying to do knife edge chops, was doing suplexes, and Hawk would just pop up. Hawk was no selling some of Flair's offense. Finally, Flair got a couple of low blows, and then Hawk missed a knee drop, and then that made Flair work on the knee, try to set up for the figure 4. Flair tried covering Hawk on numerous occasions, and Hawk just bench pressed him right off. And Hawk body slammed Flair off the top rope, like usually happens in every match. But Flair got busted open too from being ring posted a couple of times. Awesome visual with Flair bleeding all over the place, and great stuff back and forth. And it finally ends when Flair can't put away Hawk and goes outside, gets a chair, right in front of the ref, nails Hawk to the top of the head with the chair, but Hawk still no sells it, but the DQ. Excuse me, achoo. Hawk no sells the chair shot, and Hawk wins by disqualification. But a fantastic match. It was over 25, I think it was a 25-minute match. Great stuff. And we get to the main event, which was a bunkhouse stampede. And it was a steel cage bunkhouse stampede finals. The 8 men had to qualify like in the month of December to get into this match. You won $500,000 and a big boot, which was a trophy. and $500,000. That's what you won for winning it. The rules were you had to get thrown. You had to throw your opponent out of the door, and they had to touch the floor or over the top of the cage and touch the floor. And it was 8 men. It was Ivan Koloff, the Barbarian, Warlord, Luger, Arn, Tully, Dusty, and Luger. And great match, brutal. Just kind of a weird concept to have them throw over the top of the cage. You should just like stay down and not try to climb the cage. Would be an easy strategy. But they were trying to lift people up and trying to get them up there and eliminate them. A lot of people went through the door. First one gets eliminated is Koloff. Gets eliminated by Dusty because he was hanging on. He got him over the top, and then Dusty just elbowed him, and he fell to the ground. So the first one to get eliminated was Koloff. Then it was the Warlord. He got eliminated by Road Warrior Animal. Animal was the other guy. That was what it was. Animal, Road Warrior Animal, and he got eliminated. Then after that was Road Warrior Animal. He's the next one to get eliminated again over the top of the cage. He was eliminated by the Barbarian. Then we have came down to Luger, Dusty, Tully, and Arn, and the Barbarian was still there. So it was 5 people left. And then Tully, Arn, and Luger all get eliminated because Arn and Tully were trying to get Luger out through the door, and all 3 of them fell and were eliminated through the door. And then it came down to Barbarian and Dusty Rhodes, and during the match, it was like everybody was bleeding. I think 4 out of the 8 people were bleeding. Dusty was bleeding, Tully was bleeding, Arn was bleeding, and Ivan Koloff was bleeding. And so that was cool to get that. Dusty was bleeding from the arm because he was worked over it a lot. A part of the match, Dusty had a strap and was whipping everybody with a strap, or a belt, I should say. And yeah, it came down to Barbarian and Dusty. And then they fought. They finally got to the top rope, and then Barbarian was hoisted over the top of the cage, and then Dusty hit a few bionic elbows, and Barbarian fell all the way to the floor. And your winner of the $500,000 and the Bunkhouse Stampede trophy, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. This was the 3rd annual Bunkhouse Stampede, and Dusty Rhodes had won every single one of them. So and he had entered as the wild card. So he was not the favorite to win this match, and he came out and won. This is really a 4-match card, but I think it was a good event because of the kind of, it would have been better just a plain battle royal, like 8-man over the top rope battle royal. But I think the cage added a lot because of the blood, and it's kind of a interesting, unique concept. So there was no bad match. I'm gonna give this 20-minute time limit draw, the opening match, a new Heritage States champion. The DQ win by Hawk, that was cool. And then the Bunkhouse Stampede, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. I thought this was a good pay-per-view. So that's my review of Bunkhouse Stampede at 1998. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.